Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. In today's video I will be going over the interview with Hazel. The interview was streamed on Tasman's channel. You can find this channel and the link of the stream in the description. Before we start, I want to mention that I'm trying my best to explain everything as good as possible. My English isn't that good, so I'm just trying my best. If you don't understand things well, make sure to check Tasman's shorter version of the interview if he makes one. Glad we have Tasman's who's still here for the English community to do such interviews with Hazel. I wish I could, but I don't think it will be a good idea. This video is just gonna be a shorter version of the interview. In the interview, Hazel was not only talking about Tanki Classic, but also going over the main game. Let's get started. Tanki Classic will not be a specific year of Tanki. It will be a combination of the good parts of the game from 2009 to 2021. The main thing to note is that I will try to keep the essence of old Tanki in Tanki Classic. I want the game to feel like old Tanki, even if not all the features are actually from the previous versions of the game. The game is scheduled to be released in the first half of 2025. If there are no any delays. Tanki Classic will not have overdrives, hovering hills or drones. There will be an option to choose which map to join in Tanki Classic. So players will be able to join any map and any team they want, just like it used to be, and this will be also for free players. The only way for free players to create battles is through the quick battle button. However, paid players can create any map with any options. Also, the chat will definitely be a paid feature, since it will make it way easier for the chat moderation team. Also, daily missions will be a thing and most likely available to all players. He mentioned two ways Tanki Classic will be monetized. They will be selling crystals just like in old Tanki, and they will be also selling a premium subscription. Hazel said he wants premium to be very cheap, and this is the coolest part. He mentioned the price of $2 per month, but also said that it would be subject to change and will be priced in a way that it will be as low as possible while also keeping the game self-sufficient. The premium in Tanki Classic will not give any crystal bonus, will also not give any in-game advantage, maybe a slight XP bonus. He mentioned maybe around 20-30%, that's not sure yet. And premium will allow players to create maps in Tanki Classic that free players will be able to join. All versions of all maps will be available in Tanki Classic to premium players, probably excluding the HD maps. And we will have containers in Tanki Classic, but their role is a bit unclear, and the way players can obtain them is also unclear. He mentioned the idea that they would be a very rare gold box drop, but it doesn't seem that they finalized it yet. Tanki Classic will have a limited number of paints to have all the paints be memorable. Tanki will not be continuously adding new content such as paints or skins. Hazel wants the game to be unchanging. However, even after the game release, Tanki will continue to adjust and improve the balance of the game. They will also continue to add more battle options. It seems that there will be a lot of different battle options from hearing the interview. I think Hazel is planning on making the game very customizable. Alterations will likely be in Tanki Classic, but not in the same way as we know them. Tanki will be taking a new approach to adding variability to each turret. Hazel was not clear about this, so I can't tell you exactly what he meant by this. But feel free to come up with your own theories. The game is built on the same HTML5 design, so both Tanki Classic and the main game will use the same anti-cheat and the same physics engines. There is a Tanki developer currently working on an improved physics engine. Hazel expects around 1000 to 2000 peak concurrent players. Tanki will not be advertising Tanki Classic. They expect the player base will be effective enough at advertising the game by uploading YouTube videos on it and talking about it. So overall, the goal with Tanki Classic is that there will be an unchanging, self-funding, extremely low maintenance game that will not be receiving constant content. I think this fits the role that Tanki Classic is meant for. That's all about Tanki Classic for today. I can probably make 3 other Tanki Classic videos about information, but that's for later. Now let's see what Hazel told us about Tanki Online, the main game. Keep in mind that all predictions regarding release dates may vary and are subject to change. Tanki Online is profitable, doing very well financially. They have a Unity team that is responsible for releasing Tanki Online on console this year. HD maps are taking so long to release because the first maps are being made in Unity and then they are transferred to the HTML5 engine. But this is a lot of work, and since the Unity team is already very busy releasing Tanki Online on console, they have a lot of delays regarding the creation of HD maps. There are a few HD maps that are currently being made. For example, Highland Remastered, Bridges Remastered, and a new HD New Year map, which is very interesting and I'm looking forward to it. I can't give too much opinions about it yet because, it's not released yet, but we will see. I'm expecting it will be a very nice decorated map like all the HD maps we have now. But now I'm excited for New Year and Tanki, that will be released soon. They are also working on a night version of the HD New Year map with very fancy lighting. But it seems that it will only be released next year, at the end of 2025. Tanki is going to make the Striker and Magnum HD skin, and after that they will make a hovering hull for Juggernaut. To be honest, I don't like hovering hulls at all, and I don't like to see that happening, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. Tanki is focusing on making the PC experience solid. Hazel considers it the core of the game, and he will not compromise it for other platforms, such as console or mobile. Mobile is no longer a priority for Tanki. They tried to invest in Tanki Mobile to make it good, but it seems to have been a failure, so now they are focusing on other platforms and other aspects of the game. If you're a mobile player, don't expect the Tanki Mobile experience to get much better. Since Tanki Mobile got released, I've maybe played like 2 full battles in all this time on Tanki Mobile, so I was never a huge fan of mobile at all. But for some players, they actually liked it. Now about the change in Parkour in pro battles. Hazel said he is considering making 2 different modes of parkour in pro battles. One for actual parkour, where they will turn off anti-cheat, but if anyone tries to hack there or do parkour fighting, they will get kicked or banned. And another version with anti-cheat enabled for the parkour fighting community to fight in. He called it a hyper mode. Now about contracts. Contracts are still a long way off. Hazel said that they would maybe be released next year, in 2026. Gifts and achievements, which include potential rewards for completing achievements, customizable garage and customizable loading screen, all rely on a new page and a UI to implement. But since it's not a priority, these features will not come to the game next year in 2025. Hazel is aiming for new content to be a 50-50 split of augments and cosmetics like skins and shot effects. And Hazel leaked that the next shot effect will be for Firebird. The last shot effect Tanki released was the Railgun's magic shot effect, which was already a very nice shot effect. Hazel was talking about loadouts, which are preset combos you can create, would allow players to change equipment multiple times in the game. Instead of the current system where you can only change equipment once, he was throwing ideas about it, so it doesn't seem like his ideas about loadouts are that concrete. He also brought up the idea that people would be able to pay to get more loadout combo options. He also didn't mention when this would come to the game, so probably not a priority for now. Hazel is very happy with Tanki's progress in the early game. Thanks greatly to the use of bots. According to him, bots saved the early game. He mentioned that Tanki may be ready to start advertising again. When Tanki starts to advertise again, I'm really looking forward what will happen then with Tanki. Hazel expects that this year will be a turnaround year for the game, and that the player base will grow. due to the game being released on console. He also mentions some sort of major update connected to supplies, which involves the Oracle drone. More details will come into the vlog soon. That was quite a lot of information we got from the interview. Make sure to leave your opinions below in the comments. You can always give me feedback what I can do better. That's it for today. Make sure to share this video with all your friends. Thanks for watching, leave a like, subscribe to my channel and take care guys.